You remember the moment, don't you? Of course you do. It's burned into your retinas. The moment the text came in, or the words left her mouth. I don't think we're a match, or I need space, or the worst one of all, complete deafening silence. You felt that pit in your stomach open up, a void that swallowed your confidence whole. You probably panicked. You probably double-texted. You probably poured your heart out, writing paragraphs explaining your worth, trying to negotiate desire like it was a business contract. And what did you get in return? Coldness. Indifference. She looked at your vulnerability, and she didn't just walk away. She stepped over you. You were left checking your phone every 6 minutes, hoping for a notification that never came, watching her stories, seeing her out living her life like you never even existed. You were in hell. She was in relief. But then, something strange happened. Maybe it was 3 weeks later, maybe 6 months. You finally started to scrape yourself off the floor. You stopped watching the stories. You hit the gym. You focused on your money. You finally let the ghost of her die. And the exact moment, the precise second you truly let go, buzz, a notification, her name, a simple hey, or I was thinking about you. And just like that, the power dynamic shifted, and you were left confused. Why now? Why after the rejection? Why after she made it clear she didn't want you? You think it's because she realized she loves you? You think it's because she finally saw your value? Stop lying to yourself. The truth is much darker, much more primal, and it has nothing to do with love and everything to do with psychological warfare. Listen to me closely because what I am about to tell you is going to deprogram every lie you've been told by Hollywood and society about women. Most men will fumble this moment. They will see that text and immediately revert to the desperate simp they were months ago, handing all the power back to her. Do not be that man. If you want to understand the female psyche, if you want to know how to handle this return without losing your dignity again, you need to lock in right now. We are going to dissect the biology of her regret. If you want to survive modern dating and actually become the prize instead of the option, you need to smash that subscribe button right now. I'm not asking you to join a channel. I'm asking you to join the top 1% of men who understand the game. Do it now, because we are going to war with your weak self. Let's get into the raw psychology of this. The first and most powerful reason she is circling back is something called the scarcity principle. When you were chasing her, you were abundant. You were like air, everywhere, easily accessible and free. Humans do not value what is free. We do not value what is constantly shoved in our faces. When she rejected you in her mind, she had you in her back pocket. You were the safe bet, the plan B, the orbiter who would always be there if her main options failed. But when you actually walked away, I mean really walked away, went no contact, disappeared from the radar, you created a vacuum. Her brain is wired for hypergamy and optimization, but it is also wired for loss aversion. Psychological studies consistently show that the pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining something. When you were blowing up her phone, you were a gain she didn't want. But when you went silent, you became a loss. Suddenly her ego takes a hit. She starts wondering, wait, why isn't he chasing me anymore? Did he find someone better? Is he leveling up? Your silence signals that your attention is now a scarce resource. In the dating market, attention is currency. When you cut the supply, the value skyrockets. She isn't coming back because she suddenly thinks you're the love of her life. She's coming back to check if she still owns you. She is price-checking her property. She wants to see if she can get that validation hit again with minimal effort. Think of it like the stock market. When a stock is crashing, nobody wants to buy it. That was you when you were begging. But when a stock suddenly stabilizes and starts climbing, everyone wants to buy in before it gets too expensive. When you work on yourself and remove your attention, your stock price goes up. She is an investor trying to buy back in at the price she sold you at. But here's the kicker. She expects you to be the same man she rejected. She expects you to be grateful for her breadcrumbs. If you respond with eager excitement, you crash your stock price immediately. You prove her right, that you were just waiting on the shelf. But if you remain indifferent, if you treat her text like a nuisance, you trigger a dopamine loop in her brain that drives her insane. She needs to know why she no longer affects you. This is not just psychology. This is biological hardwiring. She needs to feel like the prize, but by walking away, you became the prize. Now, let's talk about the uncomfortable truth about why she left in the first place. She didn't leave to find herself. She didn't leave because the timing was off. She left because she thought she could do better. This is the brutal reality of the modern dating market, fueled by dating apps and an endless illusion of choice. She looked at you, looked at her phone, and saw hundreds of matches, guys who were taller, richer, or more exciting on paper. She suffered from what we call the paradox of choice. She thought the grass was greener on the other side, so she monkey branched. She let go of your branch to swing to the next one, thinking it was a sturdy oak tree. But here is what happens 90% of the time. The upgrade was a lie. The guy she left you for? The bad boy or the high-value man she thought she snagged? He didn't want a relationship. He just wanted a turn. He treated her like an option. He used her for intimacy and then ghosted her, exactly the way she ghosted you. Or maybe she went on a spree of dating fun guys, only to realize they were inconsistent, emotionally unavailable, and chaotic. Suddenly, the stability you offered doesn't look boring anymore. It looks like a sanctuary. This is the comparative regret phase. She is now sitting in her room, feeling used and undervalued by the men she actually wanted, and her mind drifts back to the man who treated her like gold. You. But do not mistake this for genuine desire. This is a retreat for safety. She is coming back to you to lick her wounds. She wants you to validate that she is still lovable after Chad and Tyrone treated her like garbage. She is trying to use you as an emotional tampon to stop the bleeding of her ego. If you take her back with open arms now, you are telling her, it is okay that you went out, tested the waters, failed, and came back to your safety net. You are accepting the role of the consolation prize. You need to understand that her return is a direct reflection of her failure in the dating market, not her success in realizing your worth. There is a third factor here, and this is the one you actually have control over. It's called the curiosity gap. If you did the work, if you actually hit the gym, leveled up your wardrobe, started a business, or just started living a life that looks fun, you created a mystery. Women are naturally investigative creatures. They stalk. It's what they do. Even after rejecting you, she has been keeping tabs on you. If you posted nothing, or worse, sad quotes, she stayed away. But if she saw you winning? If she saw you looking 20% better, gaining muscle, surrounded by other people, or just looking unbothered, it broke her mental model of you. She had a box in her head labeled "rejected guy who is obsessed with me." When you act outside of that box, it causes cognitive dissonance. Her brain cannot reconcile the loser she rejected with the winner she sees now. She has to reach out to resolve the tension. She asks herself, did I make a mistake? Did I let a winner go? This is why the glow-up is the best revenge. It's not about making her jealous. It's about making her question her own judgment. When she reaches out with that "I miss you" text, she is fishing for information. She wants to see if the new you is real or if it's just a facade. She wants to crack the mystery. This is where most men fail. They start vomiting information. Oh yeah, I've been doing great. I got a promotion. I go to the gym 5 days a week. Stop. You are killing the mystery. You are giving her the validation she seeks on a silver platter. Give her nothing. Be vague. Things are good. I've been busy. Keep the gap open. The more she doesn't know, the more she obsessively thinks about you. You want to occupy rent-free space in her mind? Be a ghost with a good life. Let her imagination do the work. Her imagination will paint a picture of you that is far more attractive than anything you could say. We need to close this with a warning. A massive, flashing red light. Just because she came back, and just because you understand the psychology, does not mean she is back to stay. Often, women come back purely for an ego check. She feels low. She feels unseen. She remembers that you used to look at her like she was the only woman in the world. She craves that specific high. She will reach out, get you to engage, get you to agree to a date, maybe even sleep with you, and then vanish again. Why? Because the moment she knows she can have you, she no longer wants you. The validation bucket was empty. You filled it up. Now she is full, and she leaves. It is a cruel cycle, but it is nature. The only way to win this game is to not play it on her terms. You must understand that you are the prize. If she rejected you once, the disrespect has already occurred. Can people change? Sure. But usually, the dynamic is poisoned. If you take her back, she will always subconsciously know she is the reacher and you are the settler, or worse, that you have no self-respect. The most powerful move a man can make is to see the return for what it is, a compliment to his growth, and then decline it. When you say no to a woman who once rejected you, you complete the hero's journey. You slay the dragon of your past neediness. You prove to yourself that you are not an option. And ironically, that is the moment she will want you the most. But by then, it won't matter, because you will be focused on your purpose, your mission, and women who saw your value the first time. Don't let a moment of loneliness drag you back into a lifetime of disrespect. She came back because she failed. You moved on because you succeeded. Know the difference. Keep moving forward.